How rewiring programming changes on 3 different Makino A55 machining centers by Jesus Jimenez, electromechanical engineer. This here is an A55 Epsilon machining center using a FANUC 16 controller whose logic sequence was created using Z executor and compiled into an EEPROM. So there is no way we can change the logic sequencers. So I grabbed some signals from the I/O modules and use a Makino PLC to enhance the machine, because we were concerned about the machine safety and we wanted the machine to work according to our safety standards, which implies that we need to install safety devices like light curtains and enabling push button stations on the operator loading station. So this here I'm sending the machine ready for a pallet change. This here is a pallet changer. The machine was conceived for high volume production, and these are the light curtains we installed with 2 push buttons, one for each hand. Once you press the push buttons and do a pallet change, machine starts to do a pallet change. If you put your hand across the light curtain, the process stops, beacon turns on, kind of loud noise it makes, and also a beacon light goes on indicating the pallet change was interrupted. So what the operator needs to do here, there's a reset button on the door, but first he needs to go into maintenance mode and disable the hydraulic turning two-way valve that does the rotation of the pallet changer. This is the custom maintenance mode, so I'm switching off first the hydraulic valves, because what the PLC does, it just de-energizes the valves. When that happens, you can go back to the panel push button and reset the alarm. Then go back, and once you have cleared the condition, you can continue your pallet change rotation to complete the pallet change. There is done. Now I need to lay down the pallet changer using the maintenance mode, which is now, and then I need to clamp the pallet into the axis. There is clamped, and once everything is in order, you disable the maintenance mode, disable, and you're ready for another pallet change. Under the there's a pressure switch that I installed to pallet detection. It uses air blown to the clamping cones, and this valve here enables cleaning or pallet sensing using a flow regulator. So it uses very little airflow and a proc switch to detect leaks. This is the second A55 Epsilon, which basically the same stuff, doesn't have enough safety. So I pretty much did the same thing, but in this case, I also installed a locking mechanism in the door, because there was no locking mechanism. And this is a push button already built in, and also grab signals from the existing IOs on the main PCB. And behind it, there's another PLC that I piggyback on these machines. So let me just get this knob loose so I can swing out the front PCB. There is a Micrologix 1500 PLC that we had from other machines. So you can see the big SRAM battery that I mounted on. Some relays that I used to, and this is the light curtain controller that I interact with the PLC. So the PLC handles the light curtain and the pallet changing, and up the front. And this machine is running right now. So when the machine is running its cycle, you can load parts on it. But if you let the clamping hose connected to the fixture, or if you reach your arm inside of it, pellet change will stop. Here's the light curtain. It's a LED cooler because it gets some LEDs that flash whenever there is a blockage of the infrared beams. So it's a lot cooler than the other one, but this is pretty much the same type of machine. It's the same model, except that this is 3 years newer than the other A55 Epsilon. Also, the clamping unit I was involved in that. I installed a Millennium Cruzet PLC in it to do the clamping of the parts. We are clamping Cummins gears on this machine. This is our very first Makino. It's an A55D from 1993. This machine was also hacked. There's a coolant tray on the bottom, and there's a coolant pump that I turn on depending on if the machine is running. This is the automatic tool changer drive that I replaced for a Yaskawa drive because the original was obsolete. There is a PLC Millennium 3 from Cruzet that handles the hydraulic alarms and also emulates a safety relay because the original relay got damaged in a power brownout. We were unable to find another replacement, so I emulating a control on relay using that PLC. Here also the spindle cooler unit controller got damaged, so I replaced it with a temperature controller there and a light indicating there's a fault. It's a lot more reliable because the originally came with a small simple PCB using a 555 timer circuit. It was very rudimentary and it failed a lot.